Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to talk about something that's really close to my heart. We're going to discuss how to be happy alone. I know this might sound a little intimidating at first. The idea of being happy by yourself might feel a little foreign or even frightening for some of you. After all, we're constantly surrounded by messages telling us that we need other people to make us happy, whether it's friends, family, or a romantic partner. But what if I told you that you can absolutely be happy on your own? And in fact, learning to be happy alone might be one of the most powerful and freeing things you can do in your life. Now, I know you're probably thinking, but I don't want to be alone, or how could I possibly be happy without someone by my side? I hear you. I really do. And it's okay to feel that way. It's natural to crave connection with others. Human beings are social creatures, and we're wired to seek companionship. But here's the truth, being alone doesn't mean being lonely. And the more we understand that, the easier it becomes to embrace solitude as a time of reflection, growth, and ultimately happiness. The first thing I want to talk about is this idea that society pushes on us that happiness is something you find in other people. Everywhere we look, we see messages reinforcing this idea. We see it on social media, in movies, in our conversations with friends, and sometimes even from our families. There's this constant pressure to be in a relationship or to always be surrounded by friends in order to be happy. It's like if you're single or you spend time alone, something's wrong with you. But the truth is, you don't need anyone else to complete you. You don't need someone to tell you you're worthy or that you're enough. You are already complete. Happiness comes from within. Think about it for a second. Have you ever been in a relationship and still felt empty or unfulfilled? Have you ever surrounded yourself with people only to feel like something was still missing? This happens because happiness isn't something that can be found outside of ourselves. It's not dependent on other people's actions, attention, or approval. It's something that starts inside, and when you can truly understand that, you can experience a kind of peace and contentment that no relationship or external circumstance can ever provide. Now, I'm not saying relationships or friendships aren't important. They absolutely are. But I want you to understand that being alone doesn't mean being incomplete or unimportant. In fact, being comfortable alone can make your relationship stronger, because when you're whole on your own, you don't rely on others to fill the void. You can enjoy people's company for the right reasons, not because you feel like you need them to make you feel better or more validated. But I get it. The fear of being alone can feel paralyzing. We're often afraid of facing ourselves. We get so used to filling the silence with distractions, whether it's social media, TV, or just busying ourselves with tasks. But what if you took the time to sit in that silence? What if you sat with your own thoughts and really explored who you are, what you love, and what you want out of life? Being alone gives you that opportunity. It gives you the chance to reconnect with yourself on a deeper level. And yes, that can be scary at first, but it's also incredibly empowering. I want you to think about all the things you might be holding on to right now. Are there relationships in your life that are draining you? Are there situations or expectations that no longer serve you? So many of us hold on to things out of fear. Fear of change, fear of being alone, fear of letting go of what's familiar. But here's the truth, letting go is one of the most freeing things you can do for your happiness. When we let go of toxic relationships, bad habits, or outdated beliefs about who we are, we create space. Space for growth, for new experiences, for new people. Letting go doesn't mean you forget the past or erase the memories. It simply means you stop allowing the past to control your present. You stop letting it define you, and you start choosing what you want to bring into your future. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you open yourself up to the people, opportunities, and experiences that are aligned with the person you are becoming. It's kind of like decluttering a house. When you get rid of all the old, broken, or unnecessary things, your space feels cleaner, lighter, and more peaceful. And when you do the same for your life by letting go of the things that drain you, you make room for things that lift you up. You make room for peace, joy, and true happiness. So, how do we actually start embracing being alone and cultivating that happiness? How do we begin this journey? Well, the first step is something that's often overlooked, but it's so incredibly important. It's called self-love. I know you've probably heard this term before, but I want to dig into what it really means. Self-love isn't just about pampering yourself or treating yourself to a nice meal or a new outfit. While those things are great, true self-love goes deeper. It's about treating yourself with kindness, respect, and compassion. It's about recognizing that you are worthy of love and care simply because you exist. You don't need to earn your worth because your worth is inherent. Start by being kind to yourself. We are often our own worst critics. Think about the things you tell yourself when you make a mistake. How often do you say things like, "I'm not good enough," or "I'll never get this right"? What if you started treating yourself like you would a best friend? If your friend was feeling down or made a mistake, you wouldn't tell them they were worthless, right? You would encourage them, remind them of their strengths, and support them through the process. You deserve that same kindness. Another important part of self-love is accepting yourself as you are. It's about acknowledging your flaws and imperfections without judgment. It's about seeing the beauty in your unique qualities and embracing all of who you are. The more you learn to love yourself unconditionally, the less you'll rely on others to make you feel validated. You'll start to realize that you're enough exactly as you are without needing anyone else to tell you so. When you truly love yourself, being alone becomes a time for self-reflection, growth, and personal development. It's a time to explore your passions, interests, and dreams without distractions. And that leads me to the next practical step. Find ways to nourish your soul. Being alone gives you the perfect opportunity to reconnect with your own interests and passions. Maybe you've always wanted to learn how to paint, write, play an instrument, or take up a new hobby. Now is the time. When you start pursuing things that make you happy, things that fill your soul with joy, you create a sense of purpose and fulfillment that comes from within. This is the true essence of happiness, not relying on external things or people, but cultivating joy from your own passions and creativity. Another way to nourish your soul is by creating a routine that aligns with your values. When you're alone, you have the freedom to design your days however you want. You can wake up early and meditate, go for a walk, read a book, cook a healthy meal, whatever feels good for you. This sense of structure can help you feel grounded and empowered. It also gives you a sense of control over your time, which is so important when you're on the journey to happiness. Your time is your own, and you get to decide how to spend it. But here's the most important thing to remember. Being alone is not something to fear. It's a gift. A gift that allows you to reconnect with who you truly are and to grow into the person you're meant to be. When you embrace your own company, you'll realize that you're not missing anything. You're already whole. True happiness comes from within, from accepting yourself, loving yourself, and giving yourself permission to live the life you truly desire. So if you're currently struggling with being alone, I encourage you to embrace this time as an opportunity to grow. Let go of what no longer serves you. Explore your passions and interests. Build a stronger relationship with yourself. And remember, you are enough, exactly as you are. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this message resonates with you and encourages you to step into your own power. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, comment, and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear about your own experiences with being alone and how you've learned to embrace it. Take care of yourself